TikTok's an app where pretty much anybody can go viral. That's one of the things that draws people to the app in the first place. But unfortunately, the ways you go viral are usually participating in offensive, dangerous, and downright stupid challenges. Was it really worth it for a few 100,000 or even a million views? You be the judge. I'm counting down the top 10 TikTok challenges that went way too far here for you on IO. Hi! Welcome back to IO, I'm Charlotte. I've been serving you spicy trending news updates and disgusting burps since 2015, and subscribe for a different take on the news and follow the IO team on social media. Starting off our list at number 10, the Mugshot Challenge. This one's a semi-controversial challenge, which is why it's not higher up on our list. It wasn't really controversial until James Charles did it and brought it into the mainstream. Everybody hates everything he does, so the Mugshot Challenge featured TikTok users recording themselves, applying smudged mascara and messing up their hair before posing in front of a blank white wall, sometimes with a piece of paper, sometimes without, like a mugshot. Mostly it was a challenge where people showed off their makeup skills, but some people argued that the challenge glamorized incarceration and domestic violence. Regardless, the Mugshot Challenge racked up tens of millions of views before James Charles jumped on the bandwagon. After he did, he got a lot of criticism from victims who said that violence isn't a joke, a trend, or something to make light of. Safe to say, attempt this challenge with caution and with the assumption that you'll probably get hate for it. At number 9, the Pee Your Pants Challenge. Need I say more? Next up at number 8, just kidding. So TikTok users started the Pee Your Pants Challenge, where, you guessed it, you pee your pants. But you also have to have like a really deadpan look on your face. Creepy. Pretty creepy. Ain't no employer is gonna hire you after they find a video of you peeing your pants on the internet. Which is why a hefty amount of the video submissions have actually been deleted. But apparently the Pee Your Pants Challenge was started by a 19-year-old filmmaker and comedian called Liam Wire, who created the challenge as a parody of the other challenges that have gone viral in an attempt to show how stupid they are. Even he was surprised that it became a trend. But also he deleted his original Pee Your Pants Challenge video, and I don't blame him. At number 8, the Cardi B WAP Dance Challenge. One of the best parts of Cardi B's song WAP was the TikTok dance challenge that came with it. I love the song to begin with, but the dance, so cool. The thing is though, you could tell by watching that the choreography is really difficult and shouldn't honestly be attempted by anyone that isn't a professional dancer or an athlete. But that's not how you go viral, is it? The choreography was created by Brian Esperon and the video racked up millions of views. Huge TikTok stars jumped on the challenge as well. And it wasn't before long where people were actually reporting that they were popping out knees, ending up in the hospital after attempting the challenge. One TikTok user was taken to the hospital in a stretcher where her knee was popped back into place. And at the very least, you will end up with bruises, a pinched neck, and you'll probably have trouble walking for a week. But you probably get a viral TikTok out of it, maybe Cardi B will share it on her Instagram, so decision's up to you, don't say I didn't warn you. At number 7, the FaceTime Prank Challenge. This one was created by parents, shockingly. Parents who would pretend to FaceTime call Lizzie Velasquez, who was once branded the ugliest woman in the world by a YouTube video. Lizzie has a rare condition that prevents her from gaining weight, and she's been bullied about it most of her life over it. This is how she became an outspoken anti-bullying activist and author. So parents, because of the way that Lizzie looked, would pretend to FaceTime Lizzie and tell their kids that Lizzie was their new teacher for the upcoming school year. They would then film their child's reaction to Lizzie, which was usually a scared reaction, and laugh at it. Lizzie actually spoke out against the trend multiple times on TikTok, begging parents to teach their children that just because someone is different, it doesn't mean that they aren't deserving of our respect and empathy. The good news is this challenge kind of morphed into something totally uplifting, where parents would do the FaceTime prank challenge but teach their children why Lizzie looks different and why she deserves their respect. At number 6, the Earphones Waist Challenge. This trend actually started in China on the social media app Weibo, where people were posting pictures of their waist wrapped in headphones to show how skinny they were. The name of the game is to see how many times you can wrap your headphones around your waist. If you can wrap headphones around your waist, you can sit with us, is essentially the message this challenge is trying to send. In China, things are a bit different culturally. Fat shaming is not uncommon. In fact, it's pretty socially acceptable. Just look at all the times when Chinese celebrities gain a little weight, internet users go crazy, and so do tabloids. The beauty standard in China and in Asia in general is much different, in that women and girls are expected to be a lot smaller. This is evident in the sizing in China. I felt like when I was shopping in China I had to go with like XXXL. But I'll admit, I wanted to try this challenge when I saw it, and I low-key did. And I felt bad about myself because I couldn't wrap my headphones around my waist more than once. This challenge is exactly the kind of thing that causes people to begin an eating disorder or to relapse after already having an eating disorder. Halfway there at number 5, the Autism Challenge. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Autism Challenge essentially mocked and bullied people with disabilities, specifically people with autism. The challenge submissions featured people mocking those on the spectrum by mimicking movements and dance moves. Essentially, this trend was mass bullying those with disabilities. The challenge prompted the Autism Society to campaign for TikTok to remove the videos from the platform, saying, "The Autism Society demands that TikTok condemn and shut down the offensive Autism Challenge that mocks people with autism and other disabilities." In response, a TikTok spokesperson said that the challenge actually did violate its community guidelines, and they promised to take action on any content that violated their policies. At number 4 now, we have the Holocaust Challenge. You know when the Auschwitz Museum has to step in and tell you to stop being dumbasses? You done f***ed up. The Holocaust Challenge on TikTok was this horrible trend where TikTok users were essentially dressing up and role-playing as Holocaust victims. Dead Holocaust victims, talking about how they died in concentration camps. People said that they were raising awareness, but I mean, like, ask any Jewish person. TikTok Holocaust Challenge is unnecessary. Not to mention, people would probably just jump on the trend just to go viral. Not everyone had good intentions. In a statement released by the Auschwitz Museum, they said that the trend was hurtful and offensive. They said the trend, also called the victims trend, was dangerously close or already beyond the border of trivialization of history. They did, however, add that we should discuss this not to shame and attack young people whose motivation seemed very diverse. At number 3, faking seizures. It was a thing to fake seizures or even your own death on TikTok in the spring of 2020. The trend was called the something traumatic trend. Why did this trend even begin? Well, according to experts, and by experts I mean teenagers, TikTok users started faking seizures to Juice WRLD's song Lucid Dreams. People pretended to have a seizure and then spit water out. The freaky thing about this challenge though is Juice WRLD ended up dying of a seizure at a Chicago airport, and some people believe that the seizure challenge could have predicted or even caused his death, depending on whether or not you believe in self-fulfilling prophecies. But there was another issue with the seizure challenge, and that issue is seizures, sure as hell, are not funny to people who actually suffer from them. Teenage TikTok users were forced to delete their videos after subsequent backlash from the seizure challenge. At number 2 on this list, we have drinking nutmeg. Teens on TikTok started a trend during the COVID lockdown that was kind of like 2012's cinnamon challenge, but this time with nutmeg. The cinnamon challenge called for eating a spoonful of cinnamon in under 60 seconds without liquids, which is pretty hard to do. But nutmeg is a little different in that consuming 2 tablespoons of ground nutmeg in water is supposed to make you hallucinate in a similar fashion to LSD. The fact is, nutmeg has actually been used as a drug since the 1500s. Pregnant women would reportedly eat 10 to 12 nutmeg nuts and get high off it. It was also said to have been used in China, India, and the Middle East as a mood elevator since 700 BCE. Malcolm X also claimed to have used nutmeg to get high in his book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X. Unfortunately, with every high, there is a low, and abuse of any substance is never a good thing, especially when you combine it with other drugs. It can be fatal. Now, I've actually never done the nutmeg, but apparently it's not a fun high either. You're more than likely gonna have a bad trip, you'll be anxious, agitated, and paranoid. Worst case scenario, you'll have organ failure and lasting anxiety issues. That being said, if you sprinkle a little bit of nutmeg on your food, that could improve your mood. That rhymed. But definitely don't eat 2 spoonfuls. And at number 1 on this list, we have the Benadryl Challenge. The Benadryl Challenge is this TikTok trend where essentially the whole name of the game is to overdose on Benadryl. Benadryl is an over-the-counter antihistamine, and when you drink a lot of it, it causes hallucinations. Benadryl is diphenhydramine. It causes toxicity in a dose-dependent fashion, which means if you increase doses, it can kill you. This is especially true for kids. Children between the ages of 6 and 12 are only supposed to take 1 tablet of Benadryl every 4 to 6 hours. Even if you're an adult, you should never take more than 6 doses in 24 hours. Unfortunately, with the case of the Benadryl challenge, child TikTok users were taking up to 12 doses at once, increasing the risk for cardiac arrhythmias and seizures. According to News 4 in Oklahoma City, one 15-year-old girl suffered a fatal overdose while trying to do the challenge. And yeah, that's pretty much the worst case scenario. There were other children as well who were taken to the hospital after doing the challenge. Safe to say, this TikTok challenge went way too far. Well guys, that was my last top 10 video on InformOverload. For now, I'm gonna quickly wrap this video up with some common features. Trisha Lynn said, I honestly love this channel and love all the hosts. You guys really make the show.
Oh, thanks Trisha. You made my morning.
Bao said, this video is so awkward, I love it. Cool, man. It's cool. Glad you love it. I'm usually pretty awkward, like right now. That's it for me. Like, subscribe, follow, potato. See you guys next time. If you can wrap headphones around your waist, if you can't have, that being said, sprinkle a little bit of nutmeg on your food and it could improve your mood. That being said, sprinkle a little bit of nutmeg on your food and it could, almost done guys. According to News 4 in Oklahoma City, one 15-year-old girl ended up. According to News 4 in Oklahoma City, one 15-year-old girl suffered.